Hello guys, today I'm going to discuss about Java inter-thread communication and the importance of blocking queue. Before blocking queue coming into picture, we need to know the basic idea about the thread lifecycle, how thread interact with different functionality. Like when we creating thread, then it is in the runnable state, and it can put into sleeping stage by sleep thread.sleep, and waiting, sleeping is on that current thread, and the waiting is on the object and also blocked. Now for blocking queue, it's making more simpler. It's also using internally thread, but we don't have to make that complexity for creating program, right? So for blocking queue, inbuilt functionality, suppose blocking queue is entirely full, then it will no longer take any data. It's a example like if you are full, you have had a good lunch, heavy lunch, then you are not able to take any food. Suppose after lunch, if anybody offer you to go for party or take biryani, you will not take it, right? So similarly, if you blocking queue is already empty, then if it is any thread trying to take data, it will prevent it. So this functionality is already handled in blocking queue. And in the blocking queue, one thread for the producer and another thread which is consuming, it's a consumer. Here the thread one is the producer, so putting data, if it is having space, and the thread 2, it's consuming data if it is having any data. If it is empty, it will not consume anything. Okay, this functionality already maintained. And now before coming into thread picture, suppose you are going to set some value and get that value. Okay, and you have created thread, and I have created two things, one is producer, one is consumer. And the producer uh, and consumer, so and queue is a class where is the getter and setter method. So producer, obviously it will set, so it will invoke the set functionality, and consumer will invoke the get functionality. And its functionality is simple. When we starting the thread, it will invoke the run functionality, and for the consumer it will getter functionality, invoke the getter functionality of the queue. And for the producer, it will invoke the set functionality, put set the value. So this is the simple. And if you just start the thread, it will set the value as 0 and get the value as 0. But our intention is not to set value 0 and get value 0. Our intention is to continuously putting value and continuously getting value, right? Or we need multiple times, like set number 0 1 2 3 4 5 600, like that. Get also 0 1 2 300. So we need to use infinite loop or some certain period we can mention as a in a while true. So we have to put a block while true here, right? But if you put the while true when you are setting value, when you are getting value here in this area, what's the issue? The issue is like you in console you can't detect like what value is coming and what value is so it is very difficult to get the output, right? Check it. So we have to need a make that it's slower, and make that thread when we are setting that value in making it some sleeping time, right? So make it sleep. And after sleep you will see that set value 0, get value 0, set 1 1 3 4, right, in proper order in console. But if you see closely other value, there is a also mismatch, like set 3 get 3, before set 4 2 3 times and get only one time. So the ideal way we are expecting set 0 get 0, set 1 get 1, set 2 get 2, set 3 get 3, set 4 get 4. It's not like if set number 4 2 times 3 times and get we miss it. We need to make it everything in the sequential order. Okay, to make that sequence we have to do, so this is the way we have done, like while true and make that sleep. So still we have that issue, right? So that we don't get the consistent data. We are getting like set number 5 and the 6 is get is getting 2 times, and the 5 is set number 5 but the get number 5, so this is missing. And make it sequential, I have used synchronized still, because earlier we have issue, we have make it synchronized, so we are trying to fix that issue synchronized, still that issue has not fixed it. So what we can do, that we have to make a boolean flag, right? If that value is already setting value, we no longer require to set the value again by the thread, so we have to make a boolean flag, like uh, if it is a set, then we need to wait it. Okay, it's already set, and once it is done, then we have to make it true. So while it is false, then only it is processed. Okay, so put the value when it is set is not there, and for the get function it is reverse. uh, but the problem is that after putting wait, synchronize, also the flag, still we are getting unexpected value, like it's a unlimited wait. Say we are getting 0 0 and 1. This is not expected. We are expecting like 0 setting 0 getting 0, setting 1 getting 1, and it's continuously, right? We have put the data in the while loop, so it should come data in continuous way. So now the solution is to, we have to check the notify also, we have to make. Once you, if the setter functionality for one thread is in wait, other thread also notify that they can pick the task, right? So once notify, you see that all that value in the sequential order. Okay, so you set 0 get 0, set 1 get 1, set 2 get 2, so there is no missing or multiple time setter or multiple time getter, right? So this is the perfect way. So this is the overall thing. Here you see that add boolean check, notify wait, this is the solution. And creating thread, and thread to start, so it will invoke the run functionality, so everything gets set. So here we have used thread, and other than thread we can use the executor service that is provided by Java 7 and Java 5 also. From Java 5 onwards we get the executor service. So executor service the similar thing, just submit, and you also get the return type if you want. And so instead of creating thread this way, we can just using the executor service. But still you need that q.java, right? So it's a complicated logic. So instead of q.java, if I just inbuilt functionality of Java, that is blocking queue, that will reduce our effort, right? uh, so we don't need flag, wait or notify. So because blocking queue already handle that. So in blocking queue, using blocking queue, I can create producer, I can create consumer, producer to generate data put into the queue, and consumer to remove the data from the queue. That is simple concept for the producer. So in producer I have created object to put 20 integer into queue, and consumer I runnable object to take that data from here. Okay, so this is a very simple way to do that. So what we have done for producer, instead of queue I have used blocking queue, right? And inside the run, while true is already there, this is the producer, and in that process function you see that for loop I 0 to 20 I put the value, and I print the value, and every after putting every value I put a 1000 millisecond. And consumer also similar thing, like uh, while while true, that means it's in infinite loop. It will in the queue itself, blocking queue itself, it continuously taking the value of, you must be aware that I have already mentioned that it will take the value when there is data or data in the blocking queue. In empty case it will not take value, so there is no exception will happen here. And they are also in the blocking queue producer also, it will not put value when it is totally full. So similar to like give and take policy, this is a put and take policy. Okay. And here you see some best practice here, like interrupted exceptions. When we get interrupted exception, thread dot current thread dot interrupt. Okay, so it present thread to make it interrupt. And final output, how I have done, so I have not using any queue, and so I have used the blocking queue. And here I have used the linked blocking queue, and here you see that expected output. That's very simple. So we don't no more queue.java, no queue, no wait, notify and set flag for that. Blocking queue has already that inbuilt feature. And our blocking queue take value by queue.put only if it is as a empty block, and it will not take any value by queue.put if it is full. It will not take any value by queue.take if it is empty. So that is very basic step for blocking queue implementation. Thank you.